Welcome back. You're still watching the Nile Cruise and Nile TV International. The future of any nation depends on the strength and the vision of its youth. Various presidential initiatives have been launched to empower the young people and to shed more light and to discuss it more. We are delighted to be joined by Hannah Tolba, the distinguished member of the Presidential Leadership Program. Thank you for being with us on LTV International.
Thank you.
Hannah, how are you? Can you start by telling us more about this program of the leadership of the presidential leadership?
Before I start talking about the program, let me please tell you how to be eligible for the program. At first, my background is that I graduated from the American University in Cairo, was double major both in construction engineering and English literature, and minored in architecture, where I entered many clubs like the MUN, Model United Nation, and the Model Arab League, as well as Isaac, and all these clubs have helped me to develop a small understanding of the political sphere
For
around the
sure.
world,
Yes.
and that somehow made me eligible to enter the program. The program itself, we learned about leadership skills, we learned about policy making, and they also involved us highly in the decision-making process, where we understood how Egypt is governed and what are the challenges that we are facing around the world, and how important is Egypt's position in regarding the geography of the planet. And it seemed to us that it's very important that we understand these points, because without these points we wouldn't understand the challenges that we're facing on a daily basis.
Yeah, sure. Okay, can we start by telling us about your experience with the presidential leadership program and its objectives?
Okay, its objective is to build a new line of young generation of
Mhm.
leaders that understand the political spheres around the world, and also understand the challenges and the problems that Egypt is facing on a daily basis, whether through an economical
Or political
challenge,
stances?
or through the geographical challenges that we're facing. It helped us understand a lot about many things, as well as its objective was to teach this young generation and this young youth of Egyptians what is leadership and what is policy making, as well as sustainability development, and how to achieve all these uh, let's say targets in life regarding Egypt's
Yeah.
future.
Hmm. Okay, how do presidential initiatives can contribute to the personal skills and the knowledge of a person that involved in such an initiative?
First, it enhances our mentorship and leadership. Um, like, let's say it. I'm sorry, it enhances our leadership,
Yeah, yeah.
our leadership ideologies, as well as policy making.
Hmm.
It also makes us understand what is required from us as young leaders, because at the end of the day, today's youth is tomorrow's leaders.
Yes.
So they were very hard, they were trying very hard to make us understand the problems that Egypt faces on a daily basis, and the challenges that we face, and what is required from us, and what is our responsibility towards our country and towards the governing institutions in Egypt.
Hmm.
Because at the very least, it's something that we should develop always develop ourselves, in order to fight the new ideologies that's being transferred to us from other countries. Because if we understand what is required from us, we will be able to navigate through these challenges, and we will be able to know what we really want in life, not just what we personally want, but what Egypt as a country requires from us, her youth and her next generation of leaders.
Okay, Hannah, let me know how has the presidential leadership program helped you personally in the terms of the career developments and the leadership opportunities?
First, it broadened my perspective about economic reforms, and as well as policy making. So I became more aware of the problems that we're facing, both economically and financially. And at that time, we understood even more. At first I didn't understand how the Ukrainian and Russian war affected us,
Mhm.
but through the presidential leadership I understood it. So when I was thinking of sustainable development, because that's my target in the university in my studies, is sustainable development and how to reach sustainability.
Mm.
I always thought about the small scale of my personal scale. I never thought about the bigger scale, but it enhanced me to think in a more global manner, where I started thinking outside of the box about how to help Egypt and how to help the world through my studies, and that is something that it completely was an eye-opening experience for me, because it enhanced my mind
Yes,
to
your way
understand
of
more.
thinking and
Yes,
everything has been
and
changed.
start to absorb more ideas and more thoughts.
Mm.
So that's something that they developed, and also they developed my leadership skills as a leader. And now I can take on any position, whether academically or professionally, regarding leadership, and I would know how to act and react, because that's a thing that they developed, very highly developed, how to communicate with the higher institutions and how to communicate with people who are older and more informed than us in matters that we don't know yet about.
Yeah, sure. Hannah, in your point of view, why is it important for the governments to invest in the youth leadership
First of
in
all,
general?
I believe that it's very important, because if the today's youth understand the challenges and the problems that Egypt is facing, they would understand how important it is that we advocate for peace rather than chaos,
Yeah.
and how important it is that we support our governing system more than we fight it,
Mm-hmm.
because that's something that we have faced in earlier years, like in 2011, where we didn't understand what was really happening. So that's why we went for chaos more than we went for peace. But now that more youth and more of the younger generation understand the problems that we are facing and the challenges, they start to believe that yes, we have to be the backbone of the system. We have to support the system, and we have to build ourselves to be a supporting system, not the fighting system. So it's something that it's very important for a nation to have, and our Egyptian nation really needed the youth to understand their responsibilities and what they needed to do in regards to how to support the country and how to support themselves. Because if you know how to support yourself and how to develop yourself, you would know
Yes,
how to support and
sure.
develop the country that you're in.
Yeah, sure. Hannah, tell me, how do you think the skills gained through these initiatives benefit from the nation as whole? How
Uh,
can you benefit the nation from the skills that you gained?
First, it creates a new line of young leaders, as well as those young leaders, they would know what is policy making, how to make the right decisions, and also how to follow in the footsteps of the people before us, with a little bit of twerking the ideas that we were born into. Because at the end of the day, the world is changing every day, and the youth needs to develop themselves in order to cope with these changes. So it builds a new line of leaders where they can take on the future challenges that Egypt will be facing and is facing.
Hmm.
So it's something that's very important to a nation. And second, they also have a sense of a responsibility and a sense of citizenship and loyalty to the country
Yes.
that we live in, because at first um, we somehow lack the loyalty
Mm-hmm. Yes, sure.
to Egypt at first, but now that more young leaders are understanding the responsibilities and understanding how the decision making process is taking place, we became more loyal to the country and became more loyal to the system, and we support it in a way that can build it even more and higher and bigger, in order to be one of the leading countries in the world, which we have reached right now. We became leading countries in our transportation system and
Yes.
in our road structure system.
Hmm.
So, and even in many more things. All those things wouldn't have been possible if we didn't understand what the country was going through, and if we didn't understand how the decision making process was taking place.
Hmm.
But because we knew that, we became more loyal. We even teach younger generations that are younger than us how to be loyal to the country, and not just think of it as a way, let's go to another country or let's support another country. No, they are starting to think that, no, let's support our country.
Okay, let me take from this sentence and let me ask you something. How this can do provide the opportunities for the youth from various backgrounds and regions to contribute in the society?
First, the program is very inclusive. I believe it's very inclusive because it has both rural and urban communities in Egypt can join the program if they are eligible, because we went through so many tests. We went
Yes.
through an Arabic and English test, as well as a
How it
test for
can provide
personality.
yes,
So,
some of the opportunities for the youth
uh,
to contribute in the society and
well,
benefit from these opportunities.
if you are in a good standing position in the program
Yes.
itself, you can be an assistant governor or a
Okay.
governor or a assistant for one of the ministers.
In the leadership, yeah.
And yeah, after you finish the program itself.
Okay.
So if you are eligible, they put you in those positions, but it's not a position that is. You're not promised a position when you finish, but if you are highly eligible for these positions, of course they require some
You're
people
one of the
to,
candidates.
yes,
Yeah,
to take
you're
it,
one
to
of the
take it in
first
a place.
candidates
Yes.
to be there. Okay, and
And it's yeah, that's mainly it. And well, there are others where we go into the community service, like
Yes.
Haya Karima
Yes.
or Tahaluf al-Watani,
Yes.
which is the National Alliance.
Uh-huh.
It's very important that we, as well as we contribute to the decision-making process, we also contribute to the community service.
Mhm.
So they basically divide us into many sectors and even private sectors in order for us to be well informed of everything that's going on, and the new policies are become more advantageous to the young generation. So they cover everything around the country basically.
Okay, Hannah, let me ask you, what are some challenges that that the uh, the participants facing during the period of the program and the leadership initiative, and how do they overcome them?
First of all, you must understand that we are all from different educational backgrounds as
Sure.
well as personal backgrounds.
Yeah.
So it was very hard to satisfy or make all of us understand what is policy making, what is politics, and
Yes.
what are the political challenges around Egypt, because not everyone understands it as fast as others.
Mhm.
So it was very hard in that area, that you have to cope and you have to run with them in the concept, as well as you have to I felt that I was greatly challenged in it when it comes to
Yeah.
time management, because
Sure.
I had to manage first my personal and professional.
It's very critical, the
Yes.
time management especially.
And with the program and with the program requirements, it was very hard to manage all those things together. So you really need to learn how to be at a very good time management
Yes.
of yourself, in order to be able to not decrease in your responsibilities in any of those responsibilities. And how we were able to cope with it, first by self-study. You need to self-study a lot in the program, because you need to be on the top of your game
And
while you're
aligned
there.
with all the information outside to
Yes,
do.
so you have to be on the top of your game. You have to learn yourself. You have to teach yourself some things, and then you go and ask them, is this correct? Is this not correct?
Yes.
So there was a lot of peer support and mentorship support there, because they know how hard it is. So they try as much as
The
possible to
standards
help you.
that they choose the candidates upon it. What are the standards, or anyone can go and uh, and contribute in the program of the leadership of the presidential leadership?
I believe that the standards is like there are series of tests that
Yes.
you have to take.
Uh-huh.
So there is an Arabic test and there
Okay.
is an English test.
Okay.
And then there is a test that tests your own
Your general knowledge or
yes,
something? Yes.
my general knowledge and my leadership skills. So they know on which category you are on the leadership scale, and those are the standards. Those are the main standards. And then you go through a personal
Interview or
and
something?
a one-to-one interview.
Yes.
But I believe that it's not a problem if anybody can join in.
Yes.
Anybody can go and take the test, and if you are truly
But
eligible.
they have specific standards to be chosen
Yeah,
upon them.
Yes, but if you're truly eligible, they definitely won't tell
Yeah,
you no.
sure.
They would definitely take you in, but you have to make your yourself eligible for it. So you have
Yes,
to
I
teach
know.
yourself a few.
You have to work on yourself before you go
Yes, you have
and
to be
apply for such a position or something.
exactly. You can't just say yes, I will graduate and then I'll go.
Hmm.
When I wanted to join the
The
presidential
presidential
leadership
program.
program,
Mhm.
I had to make myself eligible.
Sure.
I for example, I went through community service in order to be able to know what they want to teach us.
Hmm.
At the same time, I made myself as much as possible knowledgeable about the political spheres around the world. So you have to teach yourself how to be
Mm.
eligible, not just yes, I'll just go take the experience and
Yeah,
I will
sure.
definitely get in,
Yes, yes.
because it's a very hard to get into
Hannah, tell
institution.
me, how can these leadership programs be expanded or improved to provide any more opportunities for the youth in the society, in your point of view?
On the first day that we entered, they told us something that's very important. First of all, that this program was designed by higher institutions, and its aim was to tell us everything that we needed to know about how to govern a country.
Mm-hmm.
And then after each class, I was class 4, so after each class, they would develop the program and update it in order to fit the new ideologies and the new ideas and thoughts of the youth, in order for the youth to take in those information.
Yes.
So I don't believe that there is much of an improvement in it, because they are trying as much as possible, like I said, to be inclusive and to have more people, diversity in the people that they are choosing. So before we learn from them, we learn from each other.
Hmm. Yes. Okay. As a member, what is the advice would you give it for the youth before they go and apply or something
First
for
of
this presidential program?
uh,
This is the final question.
First, be proactive. Try as much as possible to join community service, to try to be a part of your community. Don't just say that. Don't just stay on social media and
Hmm.
believe that whatever you say on social media
Yes,
will be
it's
the bigger
true.
impact.
You have to
No.
go and
Yes, you have to have physical
interaction
presence in your
presence.
community in order to understand what's really going on in your community.
Hmm.
That's one thing. Second thing, always stay knowledgeable. Always, knowledge is power. That's something that we have
Yes,
learned since we
that's
are
true.
at a young
Since we're a
age.
young age, yes.
Yeah, knowledge is power. So you have to stay on top of your game in regarding knowledge. So you
Mhm.
have to know what's going on in the world, the political spheres, the political challenges that Egypt faces. So in order, when you go in, you wouldn't be surprised with the information that
Yeah,
you're trying to
yeah,
take in.
sure.
And lastly, you should try to surround yourself with influential, knowledgeable individuals that will give you the information that you require,
Mhm.
not just for the program, but just also for yourself, in order to build yourself even more. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people want to get in. A lot of people want to be part of that very amazing institution. So you have to be on the top of your game in order to be chosen to
Mm.
enter a very good institution like that.
Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you for having
with
me.
us on Nile Cruise and for sharing your insights on the presidential initiatives. Thank you so much, and we'll be right back after this short break, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned.